Hello, Shenandoah. With our camera person 10 feet away and being outside, I'm going to take off my mask so I can talk to you about something that's very dear to my heart and to the heart of our country, and that is voting. Voting is one of the most important ways to activate our democratic citizenship. And so I'm talking to all of Shenandoah, but yes, I'm very particularly talking to those of you who are U.S. citizens and can register to vote and can vote in November. One of the things that I love about working at a university, one of the things that inspires our faculty and staff members, I know, in terms of working with our students, is transformative education. And transformative education can come in all sorts of different ways and in all sorts of different times of life. But for me, it was in my late teens and early 20s, when I spent a lot of time in Central America and South America during transitions away from dictatorship, from authoritarian rule toward democracy. I lived in Chile during the transition from the dictatorship to democracy there. It was in my formative years, in my early 20s. And I was there when they voted no to the dictatorship. And then I was there in 1989 when people got to vote for the first time in 19 years. People who had maybe never voted before. They were 35 years old and they got to vote. I was there when my friends and their families were not just willing, but eager to stand in line for 5, 6, 8 hours all day long to vote. It meant so much to them. Maybe it's because it gave me time to reflect on how important it is to our democracy here in the United States. Maybe it was because I saw the eagerness to participate in the democratic process. Maybe because people that I loved had lost so much during the dictatorship, but it gave me a heightened sense of appreciation for the power of the vote. And I vote every time I can. And I think about those people. And I think about what the option is about if we don't vote, if we don't activate our citizenship. It is one of the ways that we can speak up, we can speak in favor, we can speak against. It's one of the ways that we participate. And so I would encourage you to register to vote and to vote, whether that be through absentee or early voting or whether it be in person. For my part, I'm going to vote in person. I love the ritual of standing in line along with others. This year it'll be 6 feet apart, waiting to vote. I love that there are others volunteering at the polls, taking their entire day to ensure that we are all able to speak our voice. I love thinking that across this country, that there are so many others that are casting their vote on the same day. And so I would encourage you to vote, to educate yourself before the vote, not just on national elections, but to think about state and local politics because they are also deeply important to us. Here at Shenandoah, we will be in session on Election Day, but we will be very flexible. And so if you want to do asynchronous learning because you want to be able to go and vote or work in the polls, we will make that happen. If you are an employee here and you want to take the day to work at the polls, or if you end up having to come in really late because there were long lines at the polls, it's okay. We'll work with you. Let me remind you that Shenandoah bleeds red and blue. We're a nonpartisan institution. But our core values of the institution about compassion, responsibility, advocacy, and justice, those are all parts of being an active democratic citizen. Those are all part of the vote. So I hope you will get up and get out. Be part of our democracy. Thank you, Shenandoah, for showing the rest of the world what it is like to be active in a democracy, even in the midst of a pandemic, even in the midst of some of the greatest crises of our times. We have a voice and we should use it because it is too valuable to lose in the end. I've seen it. Many of you have seen it as well, and we don't want that to happen here. So please vote Shenandoah. Vote red, blue, or whatever color it is that speaks to you. But get out there and do it. Thank you. Have a great fall.